for their family and friends to this white coat ceremony. I would like to also welcome our guests from WSU leadership, legislators, advisors, faculty, staff, and friends and supporters in the community who have helped us along our way build an amazing medical school. Thank you for joining us and celebrating with us today. As a new medical school, we have spent the last few years noting the many firsts that we have had along our journey. Today is no exception. This morning, we had our drive-through white coating that happened earlier, along with our students, family, and friends. And tonight, we're having our first virtual white coat ceremony. We look forward to celebrating many more firsts with this awesome class. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Daryl DeWald, Vice President and Chancellor of WSU Health Sciences. Dr. DeWald.
Thank you, Founding Dean Tom Koviak. It's a great pleasure to join this ceremony. Although COVID changes the way that we interact, it has not changed our mission. In fact, the work we will be doing together is even more critical. Advances in medical technology, reduced testing costs, and growing public awareness of health issues have increased demand for medical services in both clinical and direct-to-customer spaces. Healthcare organizations are working hard to maintain staffing, creating even higher demand for well-trained professionals. This is an important time to join the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine. You are among the first classes of students who will help to mold and shape this program for generations of medical students to come. Our faculty and staff in the entire community of Spokane and Eastern Washington are excited that you are here. This is an exciting time to be part of the WSU Health Sciences. In addition to our colleges of nursing and pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, the College of Medicine is helping us to emerge as a leader in health sciences education. We also continue to expand our research portfolio and to attract world-class faculty and staff. You will be at the center of innovative partnerships with public and private sectors and helping to grow our influence and our impact. You are joining with students who are dedicated to the health sciences and to improving healthcare access and quality across the state. We encourage you to engage with your peers in nursing, pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, nutrition and exercise physiology, and speech and hearing sciences. Understanding the unique roles and value each of these professions brings will play a very important part in your preparation for practice and for providing the best care to your patients. This pandemic will become a valuable case study for the future. I'm relieved in knowing that the highly specialized nature of health sciences makes our field especially resilient to changes. And I've already seen numerous positive examples of our faculty and our staff adapting their practices to maximize accessibility, flexibility, and affordability. These adjustments to preserve health sciences education will ensure that you enter the workforce with the training you need, fully equipped to deal with whatever the future holds. Welcome. Back to you, Dr. T.
Thank you, Dr. DeWald. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Chilton, Provost and Executive Vice President of WSU.
Thank you, and hello everyone. It's great to be with you today, even virtually. Today is not just about welcoming you to the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine, but also welcoming you into the WSU family. Many of you who earned your undergraduate degrees at WSU know the power of what it means to be a Coug, And as someone who is new to the Cougar family, I am already beginning to realize what a strong and welcoming community it is. For those who receive degrees at other fine institutions in this state or around the country, we welcome you to the WSU and Cougar family. Being a part of WSU means joining a network of support, becoming a part of a strong community, and a sense of place and belonging. And the latter is the most challenging part of onboarding during this pandemic. But I hope this ceremony today goes a long way to helping you feel connected to each other. Joining WSU also means that you place a premium on an excellent academic experience. Each of you was selected to this class for your distinctive abilities and talents, and we expect a lot from you in your academic journey. But what you will find here is that while we have great expectations for your academic achievements, we place an even greater priority on your holistic growth and who you are becoming as a person and as a physician. Where other colleges and universities may encourage competition among students, we expect collaboration and collegiality. It is through these traits that you will find the greatest success as healthcare providers and in solving our state's and our country's biggest healthcare challenges. I'm sorry to not be able to meet you today in person, but I look forward to doing so when we can do so safely. Welcome again.
Thank you, Dr. Chilton. What an honor it is to speak to our fourth class, the class of 2024, your family and friends, on this important occasion. Go forth. I've had the privilege of speaking to the 3 previous classes, and I thought what I would do is give you a brief synopsis of each of those talks. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is going to get really long. Well, think about it this way. You're getting 4 talks for the price of 1. That's a pretty good deal. I'm just saying. Go forth. To the inaugural class, I spoke about the importance of 3 seconds. You can do anything in 3 seconds. You can clamp an artery. You can perform a tracheotomy. Sometimes you might make a mistake. You can also save a life. You can change a future. All in 3 seconds. Think of how many 3-second opportunities you will have over these next years of your training. Go forth. To the second class, I talked about the concept of next level. We owe it to ourselves, our family and friends, and especially our patients, to take ourselves to that next level, that next best version of ourselves. And we should be doing this all the time. Go forth. To the third class, we had a discussion about the age-old question, what is more important, the journey or the destination? If we can agree that the destination is that you are the best healthcare professional you can be, then there's only one answer to that question. The journey is what's important. Why? Because I never want you to reach that destination. I always want you to be striving to be better than you were the day before. So relish the journey and be glad that you are on it. Go forth. People say that we are living in unprecedented times. We are encountering a very dangerous pandemic. We are dealing with issues of racism, trying to figure out how we can be more inclusive. There are those among us who are sad, angry, frustrated, and you can appreciate those emotions. You have the opportunity, no, not just the opportunity, you have a duty to be a beacon. a beacon of hope, a beacon of calm, a beacon of trust, healing, comfort, kindness. It's not only our duty, it's our calling. That's why it's even more important in today's world that we have our priorities in order. The Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine and all of our faculty, staff, and students here have agreed that we are going to live by these three priorities and in this order. And they are as follows. Priority number one, personal health. You have to take care of yourself, both your physical and your mental health, before you can take care of anyone else. Priority number two, your family and friends. When a family or friend is hurting, when they are in pain, you are too. And you're going to be distracted, and you're not going to give it your best. So take care of your family and friend before you get on to your next priority. And the final priority is the job. For all of you students, that's learning so that you can make that next best version of yourself, so you can be an amazing provider. So take care of your personal health first. Take care of the health of your family and friends. And then I know you will give 110% to your studies and the job. You all have an amazing opportunity. Think of all those 3-second moments you have ahead of you. I would challenge you to begin right today of creating that next best version of yourself. And when you create that, start over again and create the next best version. And remember to relish the journey, because I hope you never reach your destination. I hope you constantly strive to be better than you were the day before, so that you can be the most amazing healthcare practitioner to your patients that you can be every single day. And finally, go forth. Go forth and be that beacon of hope, trust, love, care, compassion that your patients and your family and friends need you to be. Congratulations on making it this far in your journey. I know that your hard work and dedication will take you the rest of the way. It is now my distinct honor to introduce one of our colleagues here at the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine, a critical care specialist and pulmonologist. He is well respected by physicians in his community. In addition, he is loved as a preceptor by our students who work with him. He is not only known in the Vancouver community for being an amazing physician, an excellent clinician, but also a great supporter of community causes. It is my privilege and honor to introduce Dr. Jazz Sandhu to share his personal reflections on the white coat.
Thank you. It's an honor and a great privilege to speak to you at your white coat ceremony. First of all, congratulations for what you have achieved through years of dedication and hard work to reach this point today. By the way, that was the easy part. And the real challenge begins with this new chapter in your lives. This is where you will train to become a physician and learn to promote, maintain, and restore health and well-being of your communities. When I received the call from Dean's office, I was humbled when they asked me to speak at the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine white coat ceremony. I agreed immediately because I knew I had a lot to share with you, and my excitement was short-lived when they told me I only had 5 minutes to speak. To me, practicing medicine is not simply a profession, but rather a calling. There was no formal white coat ceremony when I joined medical school in India nearly 3 decades ago. By the time I graduated and was getting ready for further training, I had learned what wearing the white coat meant to me. It was a symbol of professionalism, service, and reflected purity. But it wasn't until my subspecialty training in New York when I came to realize that it was more about trust. I have many stories, but this one has really stayed with me for my entire life. While on weekend ICU call, I got a message from the resident that one of our patients had suddenly gone into septic shock. They needed help with placing a central line in order to manage her blood pressure in the middle of the night. I arrived at the hospital, evaluated the situation, and called the patient's daughter, who I had met previously during family meetings. After obtaining informed consent, I was able to place a central line and stabilize the patient temporarily, only to find out that the procedure has caused a known complication. Her lung had collapsed, and that required a chest tube placement to re-expand her lung. I again called the patient's daughter, explained what we needed to do and why, but I did not have the courage to admit that the earlier procedure I performed had caused this complication. The patient remained stable overnight and continued to improve through the weekend, but I could not sleep or rest for the next 48 hours as it weighed heavily on me. First thing Monday morning, I sat down with the patient's daughter and explained everything in detail. She truly appreciated the honesty and told me she trusted me with her mom's care. Since that time, every day when I wear my white coat and walk into my clinic or ICU, it reminds me how people place trust in me with their own and their loved ones' lives. We are taught that doing things right by following a process or workflow helps us enhance efficiency, but that is not always the best thing. At times we face dilemmas and are challenged to do the right thing. There will be a lot of lessons that will make you grow and learn over the next 4 years and the rest of your medical journey. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Even though our immediate urge is to conceal, it's very important to take accountability because mistakes are an opportunity for growth and improvement. As someone once said, you grow through what you go through. The white coat is a symbol of trust to your patients, but it cannot be used as something to hide or mask your mistakes. The trust that the patient gives to the wearer of the white coat is also the trust that we admit when we make mistakes and the trust that we will repair those mistakes. These are tough times we are in now. And for you, starting this new chapter in the middle of pandemic speaks a lot about your perseverance and resilience. I'm in awe of each and every one of you. So going forward, it will be your work ethic, willingness to be flexible, and your ability to evolve with changes will make you a great physician. It's very important to practice self-care and support each other. This is a new reality that we are all facing. So being self-aware and able to ask for help will make this journey more rewarding. Given our current reality, it's only human to become overwhelmed sometimes. That's why we must practice respect and kindness with ourselves and each other. So find a hobby, get into some fitness, do something fun that makes you happy, and this will look different for everyone. Today, when you wear this white coat for the first time, it's a moment you will always cherish. But it's not the white coat, but the person wearing it that will embody the skills of a true healer. So wear it with humility because it represents trust, service, and grace. Thank you.
Wow. Good evening. This is Dr. T, and this time I'm live streaming from my home. Thank you, Dr. Sandhu, for those amazing reflections on the white coat. I'm thinking about my white coat ceremony many years ago and how important it was to me. And I had the opportunity to speak with our students before we started the live event tonight and talked about the drive-through coating ceremony that they were involved in and how pleased and happy they were to be able to get their coat from one of the members of the profession. And I'm so happy we were able to do that. As Dr. Sandhu talked about, this is just the beginning of the next part of your journey. And I know that all of you have sacrificed a lot to get here. But you know, and I know, that there are a whole army of people who have sacrificed a lot so that you could be in this position today. Your family, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, grandparents and other family members, loved ones, friends, and people in the community who made significant sacrifices. They encouraged you, they supported you, they gave you hope when maybe you were down. And of course, they gave you lots of love. So students, this is going to be your opportunity to show all those people in your lives who have been there to support you. It's now your opportunity to thank them. We can't thank all of you family and friends who have helped our students get to this part in their journey. So on behalf of all of us at the college, thank you. What we'd like to do now is introduce you to our class of 2024. And to help me do that, I'm going to ask our Senior Associate Dean of Admissions and Student Affairs, Layla Harrison, to come on board and read the names of the students as we show you their picture and their personal pledge. Dr. Harrison, I'm going to turn things over to you now.
Carmen Abbey. Miriam Alsady. Maeve Alterio. Jasmine Birch. Garrett Britt. Chance Brock. Nathan Brown. Skylar Burke. Brian Carlson. Shyla Carr. Sophia Chacalo. Kevin Chang. Vadim Chesnikov. Esther Choi. Pierce Clausen. Connor Cleary. Blake Coho. Alexandra Comfort. Abigail Cohn. Anna Crowley. Kiana Kusick. Margaret DeBell. Ashley Edwards. Fatima El-Walid. Gusti Lulu Fatima. Emily Foltz. Eandre Frank. Daniel Garcia Prieto. Atrina Garay. Ellen Gong. Wendy Gong. Asta Gupta. Bailey Hall. Chelsea Higgins. Sam Hooper. Irina Horikawa. Ella Jarvik. Michael Johnston. Brett Jones. Maria Jones. Shelby Cook. Leah Koyman. Amelia Lawrence. Megan Lee. Michael Lee. Micah Lefton. Rebecca Marquard. Jessica McAllister. Caitlin Meckley. John Malore. Brianna Messner. Nathan Monk. Lars Neuenschwander. Anna Nichols. Paul Nilsson. Martha Oberg.
Ashley Orth.
Victoria Panwala. Nicholas Paceto, Sarah Peterson, Matthew Porter, Maxim Rusev, Emily Schneider, Kyle Shupe, Natalia Sinkova, Olivia Thompson, Ann Turner, Jason Valenzuela, Fong Ban, Aditya Begaraju, Chris Vong, Jessica Wang, Jeffrey Wayand, Susanna Winger, Kelsey Yenny, Dylan Yu, Kathy Jung, Kevin Zhou, Claire Zipf-Sigler.
Thank you. Dr. T, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. Well, if our viewers didn't appreciate it already, hopefully after viewing those 80 slides, you can see how amazing our class of 2024 is and how we're going to be so lucky to have them as future physicians for all of us in the state. Here at the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine, there's a tradition that we're involved in that all medical schools across the country engage. And that's upon graduation, declaring the oath of entering into the profession. But here, we also feel it's important to make a declaration at the beginning of medical school. Those values, those virtues that we want our students to attain when they are physicians can be worked on from day one. They are going to be working with patients, working with colleagues, working with folks from other professions. And so what we would like to do now is have them engage in a student declaration. I'm going to invite all of our students, along with our white coat speaker, Dr. Sandhu, to now engage in the saying and speaking of our declaration. Students, are you ready?
Now we will read Student Declaration of Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine together. I promise, to the best of my ability, to practice medicine with compassion and thoughtfulness. I recognize that membership within this profession comes with privileges, but also attendant responsibilities and ethical duties. I will value the discoveries of those physicians and scientists upon whose shoulders I stand, and in time will seek to impart my knowledge to others. I will recognize the limits of my own understanding and continue with the diligence to keep abreast of advances in medicine. For the benefit of patients, when indicated, I will seek the collaboration of other physicians and colleagues. I will endeavor to discover and understand my own biases. In acknowledging that all persons are entitled to non-discriminatory access to medical care, I recognize that health is a human right. I pledge to be an advocate for those in need. I will remember that medicine has the power to both heal and to harm. In my practice of medicine, I will place patient interest before my own. I will respect the privacy, individuality, and autonomy of patients, and now to neither. I will respect the privacy, individuality, and autonomy of patients, and vow to neither treat patients nor carry out research on human beings without freely informed consent. I will follow my conscience, even when doing so creates hardship. I will recognize the importance of my own well-being to the relationship between physician and patient, caring for myself as I do for those around me. I will safeguard the health of each patient, but also the health of the population. I make this declaration on my honor and in front of my family, friends, classmates, and teachers to be upheld
throughout my time as a member of this profession. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sandhu, and thank you, students. We are coming to the close of our 4th white coat ceremony. There's just 2 or 3 things left for me to do. The first thing I want to do is, this is a College of Medicine first, putting on our first drive-through white coating ceremony and this virtual event. I can't tell you how many people worked tirelessly for weeks to make this all come together. They all know who they are, but I'd like to send a big thank you and a shout out to all of them who are involved to help make this day incredibly special for our class of 2024. Thank you. Also, it's my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time officially, all in their white coats, all pledged up, the class of 2024. Congratulations to all you students on getting this far. And like I said earlier, I know your hard work and dedication will see you through to the end. There's a tradition here at WSU that we engage in. And I know the class of 2024 is up to learning how to do this. So we're gonna give it a try here. So on the count of 3 students, 1, 2, 3. Nicely done. So I want to thank all of our students today, all of our faculty, all the friends, loved ones that are around for joining us in our 4th white coat ceremony here at the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine. Go forth and be a beacon for others. This concludes our ceremony. Good night, everybody.